Hi everyone, it's Jess with Kinder Stampo, and today I'm going to make a quick layout using some Prima flowers, some fun cutouts that I got from this paper, which is the Imaginist, all kinds of happy pink frosting with sprinkles. It's really fun because it has all these, it says happy birthday and it's kind of in a circle, so I was able to cut them out with my 2-inch Fiskar punch, so that was really great. And then with the scraps that I got from the side, I just cut out some strips from the back because it's a double-sided paper, so that was really good. I know most of you guys have probably heard by now that my daughter is turning 16, so I'm trying to get a head start on her book. So let's get started. Move these to the side. Okay, so I started with a basic beige cardstock, and I like doing my photo albums 8x8. So I cut this piece 8x8. Next I took a piece of, I believe this is 4x6 paper, and I ran it through my Cuttlebug. I used the Swiss Dots embossing folder for that. And I left a little white area here. I'm thinking I may write something there at some point, so I didn't want that part embossed. So I just embossed the bottom part of it and left about 1/4 inch on the top without any embossing. I took a couple of pieces of strips, and these are just really randomly cut. I'm thinking it's probably like 1/2 inch by 4 inches. So let's start taping this up. Just put a little piece of tape on the back. Kind of just randomly place it about. Then I'll take my white cardstock and tape it up. You can use tape or you can use glue. I like using tape, just makes it a little easier. The ATG sometimes gets a little messy, so I don't use it all the time. Okay, so there goes that. And I just put it a little offset so it kind of provides a border around the white. Next, I cut a strip of the scrap paper, and it's kind of a weird set. It's not really straight. It's kind of a little thicker on the top and a little thinner on the bottom. It kind of looks like an exclamation mark if you want to look at a shape, but it's just the way that it cut on the cutting board, and I just thought it looked really cool, so I left it like that. I also decided to cut a piece of lilac cardstock, and I just scalloped the edge with my border punch, and I used the Threading Waters Fiskar border punch for that. So I'll put a little bit of glue on the back of this piece of scrap. And I haven't pre-cut it because I'll just cut it once I add it to the paper. Then I kind of placed it edge to edge with this scallop punch. So you see, it's kind of a little bit on an angle, and then the scallop punch is along the left side of it. I'll trim this piece off now just because it's a little bit of excess. And again, just add some glue to the lilac cardstock. You'll see that this page is really easy to do and it goes by pretty fast. And then I just put it randomly along the left side, so here we go. It's kind of how it looks now. So far we just have the 8x8 with the little scraps of the Imaginist paper, the 4x6 white cardstock that's embossed, and just a scalloped edge. And I'll go ahead and trim this off now. Okay. Then the next thing I did was, the Imaginist paper has those circles, so here I just cut out some of these. And I'm going to use my Helmar 450 for this. I find that it kind of gives a little pop-up effect. I've been using it a lot, so I have to shake it up a little bit. And just place them on top of here randomly. And I'm just going to use 2 for that. If you notice, There isn't very much lilac on this paper, but some of these little cuts have a little bit of lilac, so I wanted that to pop out. And that's the reason why I added the scallop and lilac. So there goes the second cutout from the paper. The next thing I did was I cut a number 1 and a number 6 with my Cricut, and I believe I used the Sesame Street Friends cartridge for this, and they're cut at 2 inches. So I just cut a 1 and a 6, and I'm just going to place them right underneath the 2 happy birthday cutouts. And I used some pop dots on the numbers. And it'll kind of look something like that. And then I got these really fun Prima flowers from Your Memories here. And I'm going to put them scattered around here. So let's get started with that. And the colors are really pretty. I don't know exactly what they are, but I'll be sure to post them on my site when I do post. And there goes one of those. I like kind of pulling out the accent colors from the paper. I think that's a really good technique to add some fun colors to your layouts. If you're a little challenged with trying to get colors, it's always helpful for me to just look at the cardstock and see which colors are not really featured and use those as my accents. So let's just use a couple of these cream ones. Just pop them like that. And then again, I used one of these little lilac Primas just to add a little bit more color. So there goes that. I'm not sure exactly what these are called either, but there's some really pretty rose-like leaves in there by Prima. And I just took 2 because I didn't want the green to overpower the layout, but I did want to add some leaves so that it looked more natural. So I'll put those there. So you see now it kind of looks just like a little edge along the paper. And this is where I would put my picture. I don't have it yet, but I will add it there once I do have it. The next thing I did was I cut a 1.5 inch by 8 inch strip of lilac cardstock, and I embossed it again with my Threading Waters punch, and I'm just going to add that to the edge here just to finish it off a little bit. So let's just add some glue to that. And paste it on the right hand side. So there goes that. And it's almost finished. I just want to add a little bit more touches to it, just to add a little more accent, a little more embellishment. And what I do is, I really love this. I love the Stickles Platinum. I think it gives it a lot of dimension and some really cool details. So what I'll do is, I'll pick the 2 lighter flowers, which are the beige ones, and I'll just kind of outline them with the Stickles. And I do this a lot. Just think it looks really pretty. And there goes that one. I'll do it again to this top one up here. Okay, so that's that. And then one last thing is I'll use some pearls from the Prima Pearls and Crystals E-line. And these are just natural pearl colors and clear crystals. And I'll put some just in the center of the flowers. So I'll put a pearl there, and maybe, I like this graphite looking crystal. It matches kind of the black, so it kind of ties it in a little bit. I'll go ahead and use this, and I'm not sure if it's called graphite, but it looks like it to me. So this graphite pearl here, and let's see, one more pearl for the beige flower.